Well, very, very wet afternoon here at Fremantle Oval this afternoon. The rain virtually has not stopped coming down for the whole of the first half of football. South Fremantle 6-3-39, East Perth 2-5-17. South Fremantle totally dominant at the moment. Paul Mountain's had 12 kicks. Tony Morley has had 10. Phil Kelly 10 for East Perth. And Ian Miller 10 also for East Perth.
Yes, Benny Vagona at centre-half forward. South kicking to the right of your screen. And Vagona, the only person going for the ball, gets the first free kick of the match in the second half. There he is, number 8, Benny Vagona. I notice that Stephen Michaels changed his Guernsey, number 25, but the ball's been held up in the last line of defence by Curtis. Stephen Curtis now chips it into Walsh. Walsh overruns the ball. Coming from behind is Gerard McNeil, number 52. The reason his Guernsey's so clean is he's just come on to start the second half. Vagona, quick kick of the ball though, goes into the back pocket area where it's been cleverly marked by George McCalchick in the back pocket. George
McCalchick been rock-like in defence for East Perth today. John Maguire on the far wing there, been another good player. Had an interesting duel with his opponent, Morley. Joe McKay is in there, number 19. What a great first quarter he played for South Fremantle. Kicked 2 goals off his own boot and was responsible for, I think, virtually the other 3 that they scored for the quarter, because they kicked 5 straight in the first quarter. But East Perth could hardly manage to get the ball over their forward line. Play bogging down on the far side of the ground. That's John Hayes there. Chris Allen with his hands on his hips, waiting for the ball to be relayed back to the boundary umpire to throw in. As I said, South Fremantle 6-3-39 to East Perth's 2-5-17.
21 is Duke for East Perth. Number 12 is Mick Moreland. Duke, as you can see, gets the tap and has gained very little. The ball's gone further to the south goals by a 10-metre gain. Scoreboard 6-3 South Fremantle, 2-5 East Perth. And as John Rogers has told you, the match is really sewn up in the first quarter when South kicked 5 goals straight. The second quarter a little different, 1-3 to 1-2, a fairly even second quarter, and I think we've got a match on our hands. Kelly on the other side of the ground, who's been pretty prominent right through the match, to take the free. Now it's Chris Allen. Gee, they look alike. Chris Allen has built himself up with plenty of gym work in the summer, and he's really stronger in his approach to football as the ball hits centre half forward. Bundling the ball in front of him was Simon Outhwaite. Kick it now overruns it. In comes Kelly this time, but there'll be a bounce down. Number 6 is Tony Morley, the ex-state winger. 35 is Paul Mountain. He's been dominant all day. Let's watch the tap. Where did it go, says Duke. Straight to Spencer. Look at the ball control of this one-time Sandover. Gives it to out there Phil Kelly. Reeves, number 2, has played well on his half-back flank. Shovels it further afield, which went to Rioli. Now clever play to Stephen Michael. Now to Joe McKay. The big guns are firing for the Southerners. McKay still in possession. Taps the ball over to Barrett, but it's been taken from him by Curtis and upended. Coming back for another kick is McKay. Now it's Jackson. Jackson versus Webster, the 2 strong men of West Australian football. But finally the ball's gone over the line in the right full forward pocket, favouring the Bulldogs.
It's rumoured, John, that Cable has had a recurrence of his hamstring injury.
Well, I noticed, Mick, towards the end of the second quarter there, he was totally unable to chase after the South Fremantle opponents. He went away with the ball, so I'd say in these heavy conditions it's not surprising. And I hope for East Perth's sake and Barry Cable's sake that it doesn't keep him out of football too long. The other one, I think, kept him down for 4 or 5 weeks. Rioli with the ball, right half forward flank, left foot kick up towards the full forward area, no mark. A chance there for Jackson, slings the boot at the ball as you saw, and 1 point the result. So 5 minutes into the third quarter, and you can see that the ground is extremely wet. Robertson kicks the ball to himself. Now a long hand pass to Peter Spencer, which is good play. Spencer going in short into the centre, looking for Chris Allen, who doesn't let him down. Allen in trouble, now out of trouble with a long hand pass to McCalchick. East Perth looking good, and this is as good as they've looked for quite some time as the ball has been marked at centre half forward by Williams.
Yes, Williams for interchangeable reserve, went off in the second quarter. Back on, takes a mark, looks for Nolan. Ball overruns Nolan, number 52, coming on then for was McNeil. Scrimmage of play in the centre half forward area. Otway burrowing in. McNeil again. Can he score for it in his first chance? Let's watch him. 52 he is. No, he can't. Outhwaite in the last line of defence pushes the ball over the line, so there'll be a throw in the forward pocket. Well, Gerard McNeil, one-time Claremont player, now a Royals player in his first game today for the East Perth team. Let's watch him. Here he is, the flyer. He's got the front set. It's been punched away by Stephen Michael. Oh, bursting through again was Delmenico. He's had strength today. And a tremendous mark by Kelly. Centre half forward, Phil Kelly is marked.
Yeah, top mark by Kelly. Now what will he do with the ball? Steadying things down. Wobbly sort of a kick right up towards the edge of the square. It's rolling towards the boundary line and is out of bounds.
Well, it's not out of bounds as Delmenico comes bursting through. In his first game in league football today, Mick Delmenico's weight has been pretty good in wet conditions.
Yeah, he's a big, strong fellow. He likes these conditions.
Nolan versus Michaels. Nolan again, but sharked by Stephen Michaels. Clever. O'Brien in the van is marked. And all over him, John Maguire, but playing on as Jeff O'Brien. Put in a good one today. Centre half forward. Cleverly tapped away by Bright. Long tap is backed up and read well by Webster. Jackson to Vagona. Fingertip Vagona. Handles it like a basketball. And into the forward pocket. Rod Barrett with a chance over the line. And has it gone on the full, or will there be a throw-in? Let's wait and have a look. Throw-in it'll be in the forward pocket. Ruckman are down there. Jackson will do the ruck against Webster. The two heavies. Let's watch them. In front was Webster. Barrett with a chance. Scrimmage of play, and over the line on the full goes the kick. So it was touched.
It'll be interesting, the tactics used by Brown, because I think the Souths have only just got to hang on. They've got a lead, and they've got to make East Perth run to them.
Comments by Mick Cronin as the ball again is shoveled over the line, and another throw in. Let's see if John Rogers can change the tempo.
Well, let's see if we can get the ball out of the South Fremantle forward line for you. Moylan with the ball, but it went to Walsh. He in turn to Ian Miller, who kicks it high, wide and handsome out towards right centre wing. Ball running free. Coming in, Morley doing it extremely well. Scrambled along the ground. Rioli, here's danger. Rioli's kick, he's spun back. It's going towards goals, but has just gone the wrong side of the opening. Morris Rioli.
And John, the umbrellas are coming down for the first time in 60 minutes. The rain has stopped at Fremantle Oval.
I'm amazed. Kick into play. Over everybody's head. Ball running free. Now we'll see who's got the good pickup. No one at the moment. Phil Kelly has. Breaks a tackle. Manages to scramble his boot to the ball. Sock it off the ground intelligently by Walsh. Out there's Kickett. Kickett pushing it along in front of him. Can he keep it in play? No, he can't. Dale Reeves wasn't going to allow him. And Phil Kelly limping a little bit after he slung his left boot at the ball. May have hurt his shin. Throw in Arthur, right underneath our broadcast position.
Duke versus Michaels. Duke in front. Clever tap. Earl Reeves with the set now. There he is, number 2. Kelly, clever manipulation of the ball. But again, another throw-in will take place right in front of our commentary position. Duke again versus Michael. Michael in front. Each nullify each other. Spencer cleverly gives it back to Allen. Allen drives the ball forward into the forward area. Behind is Kavanagh. Good mark. Greg Kavanagh, the country kid, came up from Williams, and his dad played league footy for Subiaco. Drives the ball into centre half back. Punched away again by Duke. In comes Spencer. He can read the hands-off pack for Duke. To Kelly. Kelly blazes away looking for Nolan. Scooped on by Kelly. Reeves again. He's played well on the half-back flank. Blazes away to nowhere. Miller in the van. So too is Rioli. Only bloke with his eyes on the ball was Rioli. Miller chips in again for a second chance. But finally, John Morris says, I'll have it, or Ross Capes it is.
Duke gets the tap. Out comes out towards Chris Allen. He's in all sorts of trouble. He's in a 2-1 situation. Cleverly out to Williams. Williams a quick left foot kick up towards full forward. Kelly a chance. Grab when not in possession of the ball.
Quite right.
Crowd didn't like it. What do you think, Mick?
Quite right, yes. He never had possession of the ball, and he was grabbed as he went to the ball.
Comments from Mick Cronin. Phil Kelly at centre half forward. Kicked that one across the face a little bit, but a mark has been taken down there for
that's right,
John Nolan. Timely mark. Well, he took one in a similar sort of situation not long ago. Or in fact, it was in the second quarter and missed from almost point-blank range. A goal here would see East Perth to within 3 goals of South Fremantle, and that would be the closest they've been all day. John Nolan comes in. Ooh, kick was a little bit awkward, but it was accurate. Straight through the centre, and Mick, a very, very important goal to East Perth.
Yes, that's the goal that might set them on the road to recovery. I still think that South have got a little bit on them at the present moment. I think they'll play safe. Brownie should be able to manipulate them so as they don't have to run to East Perth. But Nolan, he's played extremely well to my mind, because he likes these conditions, coming from Victoria, and it's nothing strange for him to be playing in these conditions, and he's performed quite creditably.
Throw up again. Mick Moylan's opposed to Duke. East Perth starting to fire in the ruck, but look at Rioli trying to thread himself through the pack. Still in the centre of the ground. It's a quagmire in the centre today. And finally, John Morris says, let me have another go. He'll throw the ball up, which is a repeat performance. In comes Duke opposed to Mick Moylan. Duke again getting the tap to Otway. He scurries and loves the low flying stuff to Kelly. He's a mudlark too. Holding the ball, says 3/4 of the crowd, because they're the South supporters. But finally O'Brien emerges and kicks the centre half forward. Earnshaw, clever tap. Gives it out to Robertson. To Miller, is clever again for the Royals. Hurried kick to nowhere. O'Brien in the van again. He can shovel it out to Mick Moylan if he wants. Kelly says, let me come through. Maguire chips in and ruins that move. Maguire again versus O'Brien. Centre of the ground. And finally, holding the ball is holding the man as the decision. And the free will go to Jeff O'Brien, who's putting in a slashing game today. O'Brien and Mountain looking very similar. As the kick goes up into the half-forward line, Joe McKay too slow. Barrett is manhandled in front of Curtis on that occasion, and he'll take the free on the half-forward flank.
Rod Barrett's kick, not a particularly good one. No one takes a mark. Chance there for Duke, but he's running back towards the South Fremantle as Stephen Michael gives it a bit of hurry up. Ian Miller to clear, wildly into the centre. Sliding mark to Kelly has been paid. Good mark, Tony Kelly. Hand pass out to O'Brien. Breaks the tackle, does Paul Mountain, I should say. Mountain's kick right up towards Jackson. He thumps the ball towards the boundary line, and it's out of bounds. The score at the moment, South Fremantle 6-5-41 to East Perth 3-5-23, some 12.5 minutes gone. Throw in, no clear tap. Chance for Wayne Otway. He's good enough. Oof, he's well and truly taken out by Mountain. Jackson throws himself on the ball, but they swoop on him. The hand pass comes out to Phil Kelly. Kelly's kick going pretty close to the boundary line. Mick Moylan in the right position has taken the mark on right centre wing. Earnshaw, but Moylan, big kick up towards half forward. Stephen Michael can't take it. Chance for Michael again. He's going nowhere, nor is Robertson. Umpire decreeing that the ball was being held to him. That'll be bounced down on South Fremantle's right half forward flank.
Bounce down. Stephen Michael gives it to Barrett. Barrett screws the ball back looking for Jackson. Vagona is down there too in front. Can't hang on to it. In comes Curtis. Out goes Curtis. Oh, out goes McKelgic. And out comes Allen with the ball, which is the better part of football. Drives up to the right centre wing. Reeves is under it. Spoilt by Mick Moylan. Kelly finds it in his arms. Back up by Reeves is clever. South are away. The football's improved. Stephen Michael with the set. Curtis with the backup. Look at number 11 go. Back pocket specialist Supreme. He kicks wild and long. Goes for touch on the boundary, which is very safe football, and there'll be a throw in on the left half forward flank, again favouring the Bulldogs. Well, South Fremantle is 6-5. Shadows on the ground, the sun is out, and this could only mean one thing, that the football will improve for both sides. And I think that South, with their 5 goals straight shooting in the beginning of the first quarter, will hang on to their lead.
Going to make it very difficult for East Perth to get back here, as Stephen Curtis takes the kick into play, because South's kicked the ball out on the full. Big pack up, nearly a chance for Moyle, but can't take it. Chris out to Otway. He's well caught though. Well caught by Barrett. Barrett keeping possession of the ball. Look at him fight for it. Tries to get a hand pass out to O'Brien. There's Mick Moylan throwing himself in on the bottom of the pack. And the big fella got a reward for effort, I think you'd call that one. And Mick Moylan to take the kick for the home side. Been a great success since he came down from Claremont. Moylan's kick falling a little bit short. Kelly running away from the ball as Morley came through. Hand pass comes back out. Kick from Morley up towards full forward. Running free at the moment. Thumped on by O'Brien. Chance for Jackson down there. Swooped on by Benny Vagona. Snapshot at goal is good. Well, a telling goal for South Fremantle, Mick Cronin.
Yes, well, I suppose you can say that South Fremantle deserved that goal. They persisted, and there's some good ruck work by Mick Moylan particularly, and Stephen Michael backing him up. And they haven't stopped running, South Fremantle. They're still moving into the ball. They're still trying to get the front spot. And they've got several players that are starting to fire now that's going to make all the difference. They're still winning across the centre. Kelly's having an interesting duel with Tony Morley, but they're still winning there in that position.
Well, Paul Mountain has been the most successful ball getter. He's had 15 kicks, and Morley on the wing has had 11, as the ball is broken away by Barrett, and he gets the free. He got rid of it just in time. Allen didn't like it one bit, but there it is. Rodney Barrett, one-time back pocket specialist, gives it to Rioli. He sees the lead on to Jackson on his own, and Jackson is manhandled, but Robertson gets the ball cleverly to McKelgic. Vagona has other things to do with it out there too. Have a look at him go. Benny Vagona just got the last goal. Jackson dives on the ball too. And just have a look at the Guernseys of the South Fremantle side. They're supposed to be red and white, but they could be playing soccer for the Tricolore soccer team today because they're black, white and red.
Is that what their colours are?
In comes Mountain again. Shoots for goal, a hurried kick. Backups by Robertson, but the boundary beats him as well. Right full forward pocket. Throw in. No, Tricolore meaning 3 colours.
Oh, I see. Italian for 3 colours, that's fine. Stephen Michael in front, takes clean possession, snaps towards full forward, and that's just gone across the face of goals and out of bounds. Let me give you the score. It's South Fremantle 7-5-47 to East Perth 3-5-23. 15 minutes gone in the third quarter of play. Kelly's had 14 kicks for East Perth. Peter Spencer's had 10. But the leading kick getter at the moment, as Arthur told you, is Paul Mountain with 15. Maurice Rioli's had 10, and a great exhibition of centre play, actually, Maurice Rioli. And he, along with Joe McKay, have been 2 of the reasons why Souths have done as well as they have. Throw in, Nolan with the tap. Chance there for Robertson, number 26. His wild old kick towards the boundary line is out on the full. And it'll be the man that I spoke of a couple of moments ago, Maurice Rioli, to take a kick into play.
Yes.
No, it won't. He's got to give it back to Mick Moylan to take it.
So Mick Moylan now will drive long. That's where it goes, into the teeth of goals. Stephen Michael in front is marked. Well, backed heavily to win the Channel 7 Sandover medal, which will be on countdown in about 2 weeks' time. Stephen Michael must be polling votes today. He's run round and he's marked. Robinson has tackled him hurriedly. The screw kick has gone right over the line, out of bounds again. And it'll be a photo finish, whether it was out on the full or whether it was on the line. No. Out on the full. So the penalty free will be taken by John Nolan. Have a look at him there. What an acquisition for the Royals he's been. His kick going out, looking for number 52, McNeil, new player. But it's been marked by Kelly. Well, he's a mudlark. He's done it well today. He can run off if he likes. Indecision makes him hurry his kick. Kelly there. Kelly to Kelly. No relation. Bumped out of the way by McNeil. Scrimmage of play right in front of our cameras here. Sees Reeves cleverly give it to Barrett. Barrett goes down his member's wing looking for Hardy. Overruns him. Nolan, number 59, is the ex-North Melbourne player. And another throw-in will take place. There have been a lot of boundary throw-ins today, Mick.
That's understandable, the conditions, but I think there's going to be a lot of very tired players after this.
Oh, good tap too from Nolan, straight down the throat of Spencer. Spencer's kick into the centre is not good. Rioli, bullet-like hand pass to Kelly. He in turn to Simon Outhwaite, who's run his full measure. But Simon Outhwaite kicks right up towards full forward. Jackson from behind, nearly a great mark. Umpire calling the play on. 31 is Brad Hardy. Oh, Mark Jackson. Oh, yes.
15-yard
You
penalty.
tell him, Mark.
Oh,
You tell him.
he did.
Mark Jackson not very happy about that at all. Robertson just runs away from Jackson. Jackson goes in, slides along on his face, but Robertson gets his kick in, and the ball is in the centre of the ground of Williams. He shovels it out. Kick up towards half forward. Reeves could soccer off the ground. Oh, great bump too. Good hip and shoulder as he went straight into Phil Kelly, and things starting to hot up a bit. Reeves not too happy with that. Take it easy, says Ross Capes, with a grin on his face. Our cameraman picked that beautifully.
Yes, they certainly did, as Morley now gets the ball beautifully, and he sprays into the open spaces where Brad Hardy has the run. Hit his Shepherd for O'Brien. He can't handle it. Glyn Williams is there too. So is Walsh. Goes for touch on the boundary, and that's exactly what happens. So there'll be a throw-in. There's number 31, young Brad Hardy. He's done pretty well as a 17-year-old coming into league football. Let's watch Duke now opposed to Moylan. Duke's big height is too much for Moylan. The backup by Maguire, unsighted for most of the match so far. Morley there, all over Morley, says Ross Capes. And Tony Morley, who's putting in a slasher today, will take the free. Right centre wing. He looks for Joe McKay, but it's too far for him. Benny Vagona is edged out. Clever. Mountain gives it back to Vagona. Vagona fires away for goal. It carries the pack. And that's the 6th behind going on the board for South. They go to 7-6. East Perth are 3-5, and we're 18 minutes into the third quarter.
They've kicked 1-3 for the quarter, Arthur, whilst East Perth have managed just the 1 goal. There's a kick into players in the centre. Chris Allen with the ball on right centre wing, in fact, up towards half forward. Williams it but can't take the mark. Hunting it up is John Hayes, who hasn't had the best of days, and that's the reason why. Now he takes possession. Hooks back in towards full forward. Otway a chance. Reeves with the ball. Kick it on his hammer. Oh, ran over the top of Dale Reeves. Did Larry kick it? Reeves doesn't mind. There he is. Tough fella, let me tell you. and he has carried that one through. Kick in by Kavanagh. Tony Morley all by himself takes an easy mark, letting them get away a bit when the ball's kicked into play. Morley's kick out towards right centre wing. Joe Mackay did a lot of good work early in the game. Going to be cleared by Walsh back up towards half forward. Morley with courage. Wayne Otway. Hand pass to Peter Spencer. Spencer steadies. Long kick. Williams can mark and does. Plays on and scores a goal. Well done, East Perth.
Well, it's certainly good for the game's sake anyway to see that East Perth is coming back and making a bit of a show of this, and that was a goal they richly deserved, because after South has scored that 7th goal of theirs, East Perth seemed to stir themselves, and their back line is playing strongly, and they could get...
Well, that's only a goal apiece scored for this quarter and a goal apiece in the second quarter. 5 goals straight to South in the opening quarter did the damage. Moylan, centre of the ground, takes the free. Again looks for Joe Mackay at centre half forward, but Webster is using his strength on Jackson admirably. Jackson coming in for a second bite. That's Earnshaw. Tries to get his hand to the ball, but finally Ross Capes will bounce down at centre half forward, favouring the Bulldogs. But there's not the bounce down, it's the throw up, because it's a quagmire at Fremantle Oval. Back up by Joe Mackay. He can't get his right foot to it, and finally I'll have it again, says Ross Capes. So let's watch the throw up.
Ron Webster's done a reasonably good job on Jackson, hasn't he?
Great job on Jackson, as a matter of fact, Mick. He's strong and he's doing it well. Shovel out to Kelly. Kelly to Earnshaw. They're all over Kelly. He's a ball getter. Plays it clean and fair, and he's getting the freeze because he's in front of his men. Kelly now goes down. Though in Morley is the interceptor. Otway is there. So too was McNeil. But again, John Morris says, I'll have it.
Morris to bounce down on left centre wing for East Perth. Ian Miller to do the ruck work, but Morris Rioli tripped. Maybe it was good play because Rioli was off and running. At least they've made him go back and take a kick, which he does now, out towards the right half forward flank, looking there for Mackay and finding him. And Mick Cronin, Earnshaw is still on him, and you're still shaking your head.
What else can you do?
Other than shake your head, not much, I guess, as the Mackay kick, all right up to the edge of the square. Good one, too. Ball running free. Chance for Hardy down there. Can't do it. Hand pass out to Miller. Miller in turn to McKelchik is good play. Or McKelchik to Kelly. Would have been good, but Kelly dropped it. Shrugs off the tackle. Ooh, is well caught. Thank you. By Morris Rioli, and that's hurt Phil Kelly.
Totally unnecessary.
Brilliant shot of him in the arms of the trainers at the moment.
Totally unnecessary, John, that.
Yes, well, it was, Mick. I guess that's part and parcel of league football. Phil Kelly getting up, a little bit of blood round the mouth. Oh, very groggy.
Yes, well, he's
telling everyone he's okay, though, Arthur.
Well, he is okay. He's a physical educationalist. He's qualified in it with his degree in that. He's used to the outdoor life. He's young and vigorous. So Phil Kelly gets on with the game. So too does Robertson, bursting away on the wing position. He looks for Larry Kickett, who has the run, but Reeves again. Playing very great game, Dale Reeves. He's got the pace, he's got the strength, and he's also got the experience because he's an ex-Melbourne Football Club player and he likes the wet. Stephen Michael in front, scrounged by Moylan to Mackay. Mackay not having all the best, but he can't hang on to the ball. One-handed pickup by Otway goes astray. Earnshaw diving on the recovery, so is Otway. Look at him handling it there. Scrimmage of play, tight to the boundary, and there'll be a throw-up by Ross Capes.
Phil Kelly's had 18 kicks, Arthur. Paul Mountain 16, faded out of the game a little, and Tony Morley with 15 doing it extremely well.
And there's an example of what the game's been all about today. Very tight tackling, scrimmagey play, and there's Stephen Michael. Fairest and best for his club on the last 2 years. Will he win the Sandover as the prodigious knock by Moylan gains about 20 metres. Again, the player's very tight to the line, and again it's Miller who clears the ball up to the out of the side of the ground. Contest between Kelly and Hayes, another throw-in.
Mentioning Kelly and Morley, they've both had most kicks for their side and they're both playing on one another.
Playing wide of each other, aren't they, Mick?
Yeah.
Throw-in. Kelly with the ball. That's South Fremantle's Kelly. Ian Miller can't get boot to it. Hand pass out to Nolan, who runs into a brick wall. Chris Allen, courage on the bottom of the pack. Well done on his feet. Ball out wide. Picking up the far side of the ground there for number 52, who Jared McNeil on the ground. Looks like he may be playing at centre half forward or somewhere in the forward line for East Perth anyway. Now going to do the ruck work, but over the top of him came Duke. But the tap is straight down the throat of South Fremantle's Kerr. Kerr's kick goes up towards left centre. Bending down is Robertson, who looks like he's been shifted out of full back, but he's where he was playing extremely well. Chance of 38, O'Brien. O'Brien out wide, a little too wide in fact. And is it out on the full? What's going on? Looks like a relayed free kick going the way of Benny Vergona. Vergona putting the ball in towards the left full forward pocket, looking for Mark Jackson. Here's Joe McKay, the danger man, gets boot the ball, but carried it out of bounds in his endeavours to try and put it further forward.
I can't help but think that South haven't still got a yard in pace on East Perth.
Well, they certainly look for quicker side, Mick, and they've got more endeavour. They want this top position. They want to finish in the... have 2 cracks at the premiership, and they're going to do just that. Centre half forward, South again in command. That's Benny Vergona, number 8. Number 4 was George McKelgic. Coming through was... Look at that, never stops running. Backwards and forwards, goes deep into defence. He's an attacking footballer and one of the few holding the high marks today. Duke versus Moylan. Punched away by Robertson. Socket by Allen. Up to the right half forward flank. McNeil with a chance. Can't get his first kick in league football for the Royals, but he will now because umpire gave steam that he was pushed on the back, and he gets a 15-metre penalty to boot. Well, there he is, Gerard McNeil. Played for Claremont, and now he's playing for the Royals. As he goes into the centre half forward position, it's all South. The backups are South. In comes Kelly. That's dangerous. Otway chipped in and ruined his run. Cleared by Ross Kerr. Hasn't put a foot wrong. And finally, Mountain has marked at centre half back.
Been a very effective player, Paul Mountain, as he comes out looking for O'Brien, who's done it well too. But South doing it brilliantly as O'Brien's pass up towards Jackson. Now Jackson's on his feet. Back comes Stephen Curtis at 100 miles an hour. Gets right into the back of Jackson, I thought. Umpire called him to play on. And fortunately for East Perth, that one has been forced out of bounds. But Jackson in the van there, but couldn't quite control the ball. There he is, number 20, Mark Jackson, going to do the ruck work. Holding Duke out to enable Stephen Michael to go in. Stephen Michael's left foot snap shot has not even scored, but it looked as though it was going to be reasonably good from here. But Celtic...
Well, Ross Capes with the ball to commence the final quarter here at Fremantle Oval, with South Fremantle leading 8 goals 6 to 4-6. Cable has come off the ground, but there will be the Cable special that everyone will want to watch, which was recorded on his 400th game. Kelly has been the star kick getter with 18, whereas Mountain, his opposing ruck rover player for South, has had 17 kicks. But South kicked 5 goals in the opening quarter, and in this murky, muddy conditions, that'll be the quarter that should give them the win. Centre of the ground, Michael again. He's been everywhere, Stephen Michael. Kelly again on the outer side, and Sandover medalist to Sandover medalist as Miller tries to get his kick in. Kelly finally does it. The Royals kicking to the right of your screen. Rioli on the outer side's been brilliant in the pivot for South. Out goes out in the final, Joe McKay. 2 goals in the first quarter. Gives it to Brad Hardy, and as has been a custom of the game, manhandling and plenty of free kicks have been given. Earnshaw with this one.
Yeah, Earnshaw not having had the best of days. Joe McKay really set a victory up for South Fremantle in the first quarter, and Earnshaw stayed where he has been all day, and Mick Crone a little disappointed that East Perth haven't seen fit to move him out of there. Ball in the centre. Williams a chance now. He can't do anything with it. South Fremantle long hand pass. Now it comes out to John Hayes. His kick is smothered, and well smothered too by Simon Outwaite. He's a terrier in defence. Look at them fighting for the ball. Outwaite getting up off the bottom of the pack, number 26. And boy, he's a very reliable player. Tony Morley with 15 kicks. Chris Allen 14. Peter Spencer 12. O'Brien 13. Morris Rioli with 12 kicks. There's East Perth with the ball at centre half forward. Long kick from Nolan right up towards full forward. Thumped away in defence. Out comes Simon Outhwaite. Overruns that one on that occasion. A chance for Larry Kick. Broken the tackle. Can he get boot to ball? He can. That's going towards goals, and a miraculous goal from the boot of Larry Kickett. Well played.
Well, I wonder could that lift East Perth, because that was certainly a goal that East Perth needed. They're 4 goals behind, 3 goals behind, and it's not beyond them really, but they've got to lift themselves, and they've got to get the ball away from the centre, and they've got to keep running.
Well, there's no doubt about it. The only fellow that jumped up arms in air was Roger Barnes, our statistician then, because Larry Kickett, next school 40, and lived with the Barneses for 2 or 3 years from East Perth, and our statistician is his #1 fan. Centre of the ground. I'll have it, says umpire John Morris. 8-6 plays 5-6. 3 goals the difference. Can the Royals get back? Duke in there. He's opposed to Moyle. Duke gets the tap. Shoveled out by Kelly. Geez, a mudlark, and he's doing it well today, but he's been out general on that occasion by Morley. Both are leading kick getters. McKeljic from the back. This is O'Brien. He gets the run of the ball and gives it to Rioli. Rioli blazes away at goal. Jackson with a sit from behind. Webster chips in 2. There's the socket. We'll have to wait on this one. And 1 point goes on the board. Well, Vergona nearly got his foot to ball then, John.
Well, I thought he almost did, Arthur, but must have carried it through with the knee as Robertson went to kick in, but Jackson standing right on the edge of the goal square, which he's not allowed to do, of course. There's the kick in from Robertson, straight onto the chest of Steve Curtis. Joe McKay on the mark. Robertson running past for the hand pass. Curtis wisely ignored it. Now goes in looking for Peter Spencer, who should mark uncontested, and has. Pete Spencer, been an intelligent player, kicking the ball in towards the centre, looking for Hayes, who's been well and truly out general. Stephen Michael reading it brilliantly, is caught, but gets a kick. Rioli in the centre, been a dominant player and does it well again.
Yes, looking for his O'Brien wingman, and the centre line of South have held supreme. Rioli in the centre. Morley and Kelly have had a good battle, but each got about 18 kicks, and O'Brien, this fella kicking the ball, has done it well. Earnshaw versus McKay. The long arm of McKay, but in comes Curtis. 2 hands to the ball is clever and sensible football. And of course the magic of George McKelvey. And put a foot wrong on the half-back flank. He looks for Miller, finds him at centre half-back. Miller then delicately gets the ball out to Robertson. Possession the name of the game, and it goes out to Kelly. Channel 7 Sandover medal voting, a big dinner in 2 weeks' time as the last year's Sandover drives the ball forward. He gives it to Kickett, centre half forward. Reeves edges Kickett forward, but play allowed to go on. Otway is in there too, so too is Ross Kerr for South. Out comes Otway with the ball, has a quick shot for goal, and has brought up another point. So, South Fremantle are 8-7, East Perth are 5-7, still 3 goals the difference, and John, will they get back?
Don't know, Arthur, but Mick, I can say one thing. East Perth are putting a lot more application into their game than they have in the first 3 quarters.
They're using the ball better, John. They're using their anticipation, which they haven't been done in the first 3 quarters.
Kavanagh kicks the ball into play. Otway with it, putting it right back up towards full forward. Kavanagh gets hands to the ball and wisely decides to carry that one through. So there's less than 3 goals of difference at the moment. South Fremantle are 8-7-55. East moved to 5-8.
Well, the rain poured down for the first half of the game, and now Kavanagh sees a very short lead on the Mountain. He's been a busy ruck rover, picked up a bundle of kicks, and he's done it well too. Everyone going to a man in 2 position. He looks for O'Brien. Gee, they're alike. O'Brien is pushed out of the way by Williams. This allows Maguire. Maguire now shoots the ball to Spencer. And Spencer doesn't let him down.
A bit far out for him, Arthur?
Oh, yes, I think since his injuries, his kick is shortened. But, you know, quite a few people out there playing with fathers. Jimmy Spencer played, Ian Miller's father, Bob. Craig Earnshaw's father, Gordon Earnshaw, not only played for East Perth, but South as well. Of course, Tony Kelly had Des. Greg Kavanagh had Blondie Kavanagh playing for Subi. Into the goal square. Punched away by Moyle. Otway with a chance to shark. That's a clever kick if he got it.
Ooh,
touched.
Tell you what, that was close.
Wasn't that clever?
That was extremely close. He had it going the right way. It was just touched before it went through.
And that's the fellow who did it. On your screen, Wayne Otway, as Kavanagh now chips the ball out to the half-back flank looking for Mick Moylan.
But it's been punched from Moylan by Wayne Duke on that occasion, and it's out of bounds. Let's have a look at the score. Souths are 8-7-55. East Perth are 5-9-39. Still plenty of time as there's only 6 minutes gone in the final quarter. Duke, but Moylan from behind, good play. Tony Morley leaves it for Paul Mountain, who's just about kicked his leg off. That one from Mountain wasn't good as John Maguire took it. Left foot kick going towards centre half forward. Looking there for new player on the ground for them, Gerard McNeil. Ball running free. Chance for Maguire to soccer it, but has missed again. Larry Kickett was the player down in that left full forward pocket. Hard to tell them apart, particularly in this light. And that one went through for a point, and Kavanagh, there he is. Kavanagh to take the kick into play. Yes,
and East Perth seemed to have found a yard in pace. We were criticising them as being second to the ball all day, but they're certainly in front at the moment, and that shows you why. As Glenn Robinson a long way down.
Well, he's followed his ruckman down, Arthur.
Yes, followed Stephen Michael down, as Mick Cronin has told you, and now Glenn Robinson looks for the short pass, looks for Miller, and Miller does not let him down. Well, Ian Miller.
Well,
he won his Sandover medal at centre half forward. He certainly has the experience and the confidence to put this one through. Domenico on the mark, 50 metres out. Shocking kick, heavy ball, pack of players in the goal square, shoveled out very quickly, this time to kick it. He does just that and brings up 6 points for the Royals.
Well, I criticised East Perth for their not moving of Earnshaw away from Joe McKay early, but I must say that they've made a good move with Larry Kickett. He's now roving, sharing the roving with Otway. Spencer's out on a half-forward flank, and they're starting to get a little bit of system into their play, East Perth. They're starting to anticipate. They didn't do this in the first 3 quarters, and this is a couple with their ruckman is doing well.
Up in the centre. Well, that was Larry Kickett's second goal for the quarter, and it's been a very successful move, as Mick Cronin told you. The score now, East Perth 6-10-46, trailing South Fremantle, who are 8-7-55. Have a game of footy on our hands for sure and certain, as the ball in the centre. Look at Tony Morley grovelling around the ground for it. So too is Wayne Otway, number 2. He's been a good player since he came on the ground. Ross Cape's wiping the mud out of his eyes. Nobody can get the ball out of the centre. Moylan with a tap. Otway with the ball. He gets his kick, but was tackled a little bit too high when he got it. And Wayne Otway to take another kick in the centre of the ground. And this will be good for East Perth, because he'll put it long and deep into the East Perth forward line.
He certainly burrows, John, doesn't he?
Yes, he does, Mick, and an ideal player to have on the ground and on a day like this. As the Otway kick goes in towards centre half forward, Spencer in front, chance for Kelly, gets a quick kick. John Hayes a chance if he can. Simon Outhwaite, courage. Look at them going in. Larry Kickett again. Umpire calling the play on as Greg Kavanagh clears for South Fremantle.
Delmenico it was, now to Stephen Michael. And Michael, what a ruck rover or ruckman he's been. He's got stamina and he's got leaping abilities. He kicks the ball up to the half-forward flank. McKay shepherds Vergona, clever pick. And finally Vergona is forced over the line. Craig Earnshaw calling for holding the ball, which is silly, Craig. Don't do that. Look at him going there. On with the umpire. Vergona with a free. Looks for Joe McKay again. Punched away by Duke. Gee, as John Rogers told you, we've got a game of football on our hands, and the game's picked up in tempo and pace. Right half-forward flank. The ball's gone over the out of bounds. Duke again. In comes Jackson to oppose him for the ruck. Jackson it is who gets the tap, but straight forward over the line again. Number 7 is Barrett.
Just a minute ago when you mentioned about Earnshaw, the kick was given long before Earnshaw came in. He was at fault.
Yes, very silly move by Earnshaw as Jackson soccers the ball forward. Shepherding by Barrett allows Mountain in. He can't get it. Out comes Otway again. Otway to Maguire, is it? That was Ian Miller. And by golly, Vergona getting up. He's tackled vigorously all day. In comes Stephen Michael again, the leaper.
That was holding
Otway,
the ball
the kicker.
Sure.
On his own, Joe McKay. Half volley. Play on Joe. That's what he does to Vergona, who's caught. Shovels it over to Rioli. That's the tempo. Very hard to get your kick in. Centre half forward, Brad Hardy to Barrett. Goals are looming up. Short kick, however. Webster's in there. Taps it away. Moyle versus Curtis is the encounter. Watch Curtis go now. The ex-plumber come Butlow. Curtis. Courage personified. What's that word again, John?
Personified.
Thank you. As the throw-in will take place. Right full forward pocket. In the back of goes Stephen Michael. Marked in the goal square by Robertson. And 1 point is the result. Well, what a game.
What a passage.
I'm even getting tongue-tied.
Well called too. Anything could have happened then and almost did.
Good strong play by East Perth backman then.
Yeah, great play. As the kick into play is short. Ian Miller now coming out towards the half-back line. A great mark taken by Tony Morley. Phil Kelly reckons he didn't have it, but he did it. It was a beauty. And South Fremantle not to be outdone. Put the ball back up. Taken by Benny Vergona. Vergona going into that pocket. Webster in front and thumps it well and truly. Excellent passages of play, particularly as Mick Cronin said, by the East Perth defence.
Duke it is opposed to Stephen Michael again. Scrimmage of play. Look at Otway. We've said he's a burrower. And does he get the free? No. This time it goes to Ian Miller. Well, Miller, McAlgic and Otway. They're giving their all in this last quarter to get the Royals back as his driving kick goes into the centre half-back position.
Ball running free at the moment. Chance for Kelly. That's Nolan, number 59. Nobody can get a kick in at the moment. Barrett finally taken by Rioli. Rioli's kick up towards half forward. Clean bowls everybody. John Maguire, delicate pick up. Well caught by McKay. But a good hand pass out to Nolan. Sees East Perth into attack. Up towards centre half forward. Williams swoops on it. He's well caught by Delmenico. Holding the ball is a decision, and a good one too.
What a comeback it's been for Wayne Delmenico. Have a look at him there. Played for Melbourne, played for Darwin, 50 or 60 odd games with South, and this is his first game back after injury, and his strength is told. He's been a great player for the Southerners. Spencer, run of the ball, good pick-up. Sees John Hayes on his own, who waits down.
Oh dear.
That was very silly play. And Reeves now it is, battling on the other side of the ground. The ball eludes him. And there'll be a throw in the scoring zone for the Royals. So you've got 8-8 playing 6-10. Only 10 points the difference. A goal here would be handy for the Royals.
But will they get it? As Rod Barrett swoops on the ball, number 7. He's got plenty of time to clear, which he does. Out wide, Kelly from behind, nearly a great mark in these conditions. And the duel between he and Tony Morley has been an absolute ripper all day. Neither has given an inch, neither has asked for an inch, and they've certainly played the game as it should be played. Throw in front Duke. But South Fremantle clear. Chance now for McNeil. Hand pass to Allen. He in turn to McKelchik. Long kick from him right up towards full forward. Dropping back, reliable in defence, Stephen Michael.
Yes, well, they've
good play.
Yes, they've backed him for the Sandover medal, or the Channel 7 Sandover medal, and the way he's playing today, he must be picking up votes. Barrett with the ball. Geez, on the last quarter as Barrett, usually a back pocket player. He looks for Mick Moylan with a good pass, and Moylan doesn't let him down on the scoreboard flank. The rain's starting to come down rather heavily again, so the only break in the weather has been in the third quarter, because it pelted down here in the first half. There was a thunderstorm, lightning, and it was a lightning start by South, because they had 5 straight on the board before East Perth knew they had a match on their hands. But they've come back, and the score, again, only 10 points separating the two sides, and the 10-minute mark, East Perth can get back and win this match, John Rogers.
Yes, they can, Arthur. There's certainly plenty of time, but the rain has started to fall, which could make their task a little difficult, because South Fremantle was certainly playing better in the rain. Kicks to this point of time, Phil Kelly 21, Paul Mountain 19, Tony Morley 17, and that's interesting because Morley and Kelly are playing on each other, and between the two of them they've had 38 kicks.
Well, there's Kelly just getting up now, and by the look of the quagmire there will be a throw up by John Morris. Nolan's rucking for East Perth. Allen the kicker, centre half forward, little Otway there. It's been by Kirk. Kickett 2 goals for the quarter. Can he break clear? All over him it is. And Kickett, who cleverly got the ball on. There he goes. No, he's got to come back for his kick.
He showed some pace then. I mean, they looked like as if they were going to gather him in, but he went right away from those two players.
Well, there's only been 2 goals kicked for the quarter, Mick, and they've both been from the boot of Larry Kickett. Can he bring up number 3?
Be interesting if he could, Arthur.
Oh, there's a lot of eyes, a lot of anxiousness, because we're down the South Fremantle end of the ground and there's a hush. There's St Arch Dudar's warming up as the kick is gone astray. Hayes was the high flyer, but it's gone over the line. But they were still in the scoring zone for the Royals. Forward pocket it is. In comes Big John Nolan. Post to Stephen Michael again. He's rucked tirelessly. Onto the boot of Otway, and Otway's got the goal. No doubt about that one.
Hayes got the goal. Well, East Perth, I've been saying this all along, that each goal is very, very hard earned, and I should think that one would be one of the hardest earned goals at East Perth. They've been continually in attack in this quarter, and they've finally broken through. And it was a funny thing that it was a harder goal to get than one that Larry Kickett just kicked out just a moment ago.
Well, Mick, that was John Hayes who got the goal.
Yeah.
And very quick reflexes for Hazy then.
Yes, he's quick at that, John.
Well, 52 plays 56, 8-8 to South Fremantle, 7-10 to East Perth, 15 minutes gone, still plenty of time in this game. Free kick in the centre there to Dale Reeves, number 2, although you'd hardly know to look at his jumper. Reeves, good torpedo punt kick, right up into the forward line, over everyone's head. John Maguire can't get a clean hand pass in. Now he swoops on the ball. Who's going to take possession? Phil Kelly does. He's caught. Gets a backhand pass to Walsh. Through he comes. East Perth realise that they've got the scent of victory in their mouths at the moment. Or 2 of them got mixed up there. That allows Reeves on the far side of the ground to take the ball. Shrugs off a tackle from McNeil. High torpedo punt kick back under towards centre half forward. Up they go. No mark. Chance for George McKelchik. Hot on his hammer is Benny Vagona, number 8. And McKelchik can't control the ball. And it's out on South Fremantle's right half forward flank.
I noticed that Arch Dudar's warming up. Now East Perth ought to he's fresh and they ought to bring him on.
Spencer with a kicker. Good remarks by Mick Cronin. And if they bring on Arch, well, he'll get his first goal for the match. Tackle is too high. Jeff O'Brien, the recipient of the free. Well, he's a long way out, 70 metres out with a heavy ball, but he gains meterage and fires away. Jackson pushed out of the way by Webster, and in the last line of defence, the ever reliable Greg Walsh. Well, there he is, old Walshy. He's telling his marksman, come on, get back off out of my way. And the young fellow who was recruited from Bustleton relieves again for the Royals. Goes out to the half-back flank. Contest of players. Kelly was way down from his ground. George McKeljack there again. That's a throw or a shovel. Take your pick. Kelly says, I'll take it as a shovel, and plays quickly on. Kicks long and wide, but there's been an infringement. And the free will go to Peter Spencer because Kelly was manhandled, and where the ball lobbed is the free, and Spencer's away.
Yes, he is. Ball up towards the left wing, running free. Larry Kick at the danger man. He shovels it further out, but Morris Rioli, who's been a great player, quick hand pass to the backup of Simon Outhwaite, who's in the centre of the ground. Outhwaite's kick up towards half forward. Out comes Robertson.
Oh, play.
In front of Boyle and takes a good mark. Played well in defence. Goes in short. Earnshaw throws himself on the ball. Backhand pass to Robertson. Oh, well played Robertson as he gave it to Chris Allen. Allen's high kick up towards half forward. Delmenico a chance but can't mark. Ball running free. Kavanagh backs it up extremely well. Ball going towards the boundary line, and it'll be thrown in just forward of East Perth right centre wing. Score, South Fremantle 8-8-56. East Perth 7-10-52. 16 minutes gone in the final exciting last quarter.
Yes, Moreland in front of Nolan. Shark by Miller, but give it to O'Brien for South. Leads right in the centre of the ground. Brad Hardy with the run of the ball. Rioli's there too. Let's watch his pickup. No, that was clever. He socketed it away from Curtis. McKeljick's out there now. Bursting down out there is Joe McKay, or is it Reeves? The chip onto Brad Hardy in the centre forward position is good. And young Brad Hardy has marked, a long way out, 70 metres. Heavy ball, falling short. Again, Jackson is manhandled, bundled out of the way, and again it's Walsh who receives it. Quick spiral punt kick goes to nowhere in the centre. Who's in there? Spencer. Kelly's there. Spencer's pushed out of the way. Kelly comes in for his second bite. Moylan's there too. Chris Allen trying to clear it for the Royals and does cleverly to Spencer. Out to Kelly. The game's alive. Only 6 points to difference. On his own is Miller. 3 Sandover medalists touching the ball then. Oh, and now Miller holds up play, and what a pity. There were plenty of leads in the forward line. Kickett's down there, and that's dangerous. Kavanagh there for South. Glenn Williams is the blonde-headed fellow bundled out, and finally it's Barrett clearing for the Southerners. Out to the half-back flank. Barrett was manhandled as he kicked that ball, so there'll be a free where it landed.
They're going to bring it back to make Barrett take his kick. May have disadvantaged the side, Mick?
No, not really, John. No, not really. The one I was going to criticise was Ian Miller, because young Williams... and he missed him.
Well, there's Barrett with the ball, the school teacher from Kunana, and all the kids at Kunana are really South Fremantle Barrackers since he went to that school. Ball in the centre of the ground.
Who's going to emerge with it? No one at the moment. Look at them throwing themselves in. 24 is Earnshaw. Stephen Michael does, however. A bullet-like pass into the forward line. Dale Reeves went over. Coming back again is Walsh. Dangerously across the face of goals. Race on here between Robertson and Jackson.
Robbie.
Robbie does it extremely well. Ball goes in short to Wayne Otway, who left it behind but went back with courage. Joe McKay caught. High hand pass. Oh, in goes Boyle.
Well done, Wayne Otway.
Down went Otway, taken by McKay and out of bounds on the full.
Well, John.
What a game of football, Arthur Marshall. There's Joe McKay.
Yes.
That shot for goal out on the full.
Well, it's a spectacle, of course. It lacks high marking and direct kicking, but the physical clashes and the fierce tackling is really something. And the way that Otway's courage then is something that all viewers should look for. Stephen Michael again can't handle the ball in the conditions. And finally, an infringement is being spotted by John Morris. The infringement on this occasion going to Stephen Michael. Many think he'll win the Channel 7 Sandover medal this year. Well, we'll know that in 2 weeks' time, because the big medal vote will be at the Sheraton, and I'm sure we'll have stacks of viewers watching that one. Stephen Michael driving for goal, short of centre half forward, on his own, and marking in the last line of defence is the ever reliable newcomer McNeil.
McNeil with the ball in the last line of defence. Not a particularly good kick at all. Stephen Curtis leaves the ball behind him. Geez, not having a particularly good year this year. As Brad Hardy went in, George McKeljack did as well. His time running out for East Perth. Mick Moylan high, Brad Hardy a chance, pushed. Umpire probably couldn't see that one, but he got it anyway. And Hardy with the ball, number 31. Centre half forward position. Wait and see what happens. High kick. Up looking for Mark Jackson. Stephen Michael thumped away by East Perth. Kick Walsh. Coming in Kelly. A little bit of a watcher decision there for Freddie Woods, I think. I reckon he got that one for effort more than result. But Phil Kelly with the ball as the rain absolutely pelts down. Comes right across the other side of the ground looking for Robertson. He doesn't have the legs. Leading the race for it is O'Brien, a good pick-up. What's he going to do with it? Whoops, went looking for Simon Outhwaite. A little bit too far for him, but back goes Outhwaite. Hand pass again looking towards O'Brien. Moyle is loose if O'Brien can get the ball out to him, but he can't.
Yes, well, there'll be a bounce down right in front of our cameras here at Fremantle Oval, which is just inside the centre of the ground. Mick Moylan now opposed to Duke. Duke again, geez, dominated the ruck. Gives it to Otway, drives to centre half forward. Wes Spencer cleverly handles the ball. On his own is Hazy. Can't handle in his haste. He can get over to kick it maybe. Oh. No, he's been chopped off cleverly in the last line of defence. There's Simon Outhwaite, 26. Gee, he recovered quickly then. Shovels it out to Kavanagh, who's on his own. In comes McNeil, and out goes Kavanagh, and out goes the ball.
Well, I think East Perth lost an opportunity then.
Yeah, I reckon that could have been the goal that could have won the game for them, Mick, but John Hayes fell over at the crucial moment. Wayne Duke with yet another tap. That one wasn't particularly accurate. McNeil on the bottom of the pack. Who is going to emerge with the ball? The umpire.
4 points to difference, John, and we're at the 24-minute mark of the final quarter.
Duke doing the ruck work yet again. Doesn't get the clean tap on that occasion. There must be a kick there. Going the way of McNeil. Used his body well to get it too. Number 52, Jared McNeil. Can't kick too well. Let's see what he does with this one. Torpedo punt kick in short. Up they go, no mark. Chance for Wayne Otway. Can't get his kick in. Look at them defend. Greg Kavanagh. Whose kick is it going to be? South Fremantle's, and the player to take it, Tony Morley.
Yes, well, Tony Morley's had plenty of touches. He's a salesman for Chesson football, so obviously has a foot in his hands every day of the week, and he's played well today. Out the other side, Jeff O'Brien. Gee, Morley and O'Brien look alike. They even pass to each other. And a half forward, Joe Mackay. Brilliant first quarter, Macca. Now he plays quickly on, where Miller sets himself in between the play and does it cleverly. Look at the tenacity, though, of South. They're in front. They're throwing themselves at the ball because top position, or the top two positions, are in jeopardy with this match. Stephen Michael again. Two hands to the ball, bursts the pack. Still in the centre of the ground. Gee, it's hard to break loose, and as we're talking, Arch Dudar's running on to take up full forward position. Still a scrimmage of play. Gee, you know, this looks like Victorian football, doesn't it? The mud, the grime, the dirt, and throwing up the ball. Centre of the ground.
Unfortunately, bounce down. Stephen Michael tried to take lead possession, was interfered with, unfortunately, by Wayne Duke, and will take his kick just on the attacking side of centre. 8-8-56, South Fremantle. East Perth 7-10-52. 4 points the difference. Jackson from behind. Curtis. Now the hand pass comes out to Robertson. Oh, he dropped it though, however. Players going in. Chance for Rioli. Gets boot the ball, and that one has just gone on the wrong side. At East Perth, breathe again. There's only 1 point. Benny Vagona using the left boot, it was.
Stephen Michaels lifted his game in this last 10 minutes.
George McAlgic now passing to Walsh.
Good one. He just stumps it further afield. Who's going to emerge with it? Walsh caught. Play on. And finally, umpire Morris decides that he will bounce.
He's bounced down at centre half forward, favouring the Bulldogs. They're kicking to the left of your screen. That's Duke. Two big hands. Has rucked well all day. Can't get a dispenser. Joe Mackay, brilliant. Jackson has the set. Should have been interfered with, but play on. Ball only 15 metres out. Gee, sockers that one out. In comes Robertson cleverly. Two hands to it. Gets it to Maguire. And Maguire very quickly and shrewdly goes over the line with the ball. So there'll be a throw into the left full forward pocket. 5 points separating the sides, and we're in the time on period. Michael again, trying to do it on his own. Shovels it out to Mountain. Jackson's in there too. So too is Ian Miller. Cleverly to Maguire. Gets it out to Spencer. Spencer still with the run of the ball. Comes Benny Vagona. No, it's Morris Rioli. Clever. Back to Mountain. Lines them up. Has it got the distance? It's got the distance all right, but it's got inaccuracy if you're counting on goals. But that is a very, very important point, because South now go to exactly 1 goal in front, so there's a kick in the match.
Well, that gives them a bit of breathing space. The kick in, up they go, no mark. Chance for Spencer. He can't do anything. Mick Moylan is there. A push in the back. Push in the back, going the way of Paul Mountain. And this is a vital kick. We're at the time on period. There's a goal the difference. Mountain's kick is a beauty, right up to the edge of the square. Jackson jostling, thumped away by Duke. Curtis, number 11, goes in. Is he tackled too high? Oh, a little bit of pushing and shoving going on here. As Stephen Curtis went for a hand pass to Walsh, to Miller. Miller's high kick. Kelly is there. What's he going to do with it?
It's Allen.
Morris Rioli. Chris Allen is there too. Who can pick it up? Joe McKay. Tony Morley down the 6, being held by the foot by Chris Allen, and Tony Morley to take the kick.
Yes, we'll have a look at him. The captain last year of South, when unfortunately he was injured for most of the year, but hasn't he come back? An ex-state winger, and Tony Morley's got the class and the determination to succeed for the Bulldogs this season. His long kick is a penetratable one, right into the forward line. Reeves gives his opponent Miller a bit of a punch. Miller gets the free, but